Welcome back to John 2, the John 2 archive. We're back at it again. My name is Nav. I don't think I've said my name in the past couple of videos. I don't know why. I just forgot, I guess. Today we're talking about reptiles and the stigma around reptiles. Most people think that reptiles are the worst. They're the scariest things in the entire world. They have the teeth, the scales, the claws, and sometimes they make our skin crawl. It's sort of, I don't know how else to put it. It's a fear that we have that for some reason I'm not afraid of anything except heights. Fuck heights. Heights are very scary. And horror movies. Yeah, I don't like horror movies. Please do not take me to go see horror movies. I will not go watch them. Today we're talking about like some of the amazing things reptiles do that you don't think they would do, that hopefully will kind of shift your point of views on reptiles and make you think differently about them. I'm hoping that's what you guys get from this video. Without further ado, we're gonna get started. First things first, reptiles can be amazing parents. When people look at reptiles, they just kind of think that, oh, they lay eggs and the babies hatch and then they dip. Even though that does happen, some reptile species, probably the most scariest of the species, that actually do not do that. Crocodilians. Crocodilians actually guard and protect their nests. Even when babies are hatched, they will also guard the juveniles also. They make huge nests. That nests is not a word. Out of usually leaves, mud, sticks, whatever they have available. Fun fact about them. So the temperature of the nest actually dictates the gender of the baby. So a higher temperature is going to be, the clutch is going to be all males, and a cooler temperature clutch is going to be all females. And somewhere in between there, which is the perfect spot, is going to be a mix of female and male. And it's such a cool thing that temperature dictates male and female sex assignments. Usually after incubation and stuff like that, when the eggs are hatched, the juveniles would actually call out to their parents, and then their parents, mom and dad croc, will actually come over, and then those bone-crushing jaws, which is probably one of the most powerful jaws, pound for pound, in the world, they actually become very gentle and very delicate, and they use those same jaws to take their babies from the nest to the water. And then even after that, within the first couple months or so, they spend time with the juveniles, protecting them from predators and all that can happen to them. And yeah, they even give them free rides on the backs. This is also seen in some species of snakes. Specifically, rattlesnakes will often protect their young also. Fun fact about rattlesnakes, they give birth to live young, which is crazy. So rattlesnakes will usually stick around wherever, let's say she makes the nest in a mother rattlesnake makes her nest in a burrow. She'll stick around in there, making sure her babies are okay, and then make sure they're protected. One thing she will not do, she will not feed them. It's just not in the reptilian nature to do such thing, but she will protect them. And then after their first shed or so, they will eventually leave the nest and then go find food for themselves. Second thing, reptiles, they have more in the noggin than you think. Reptiles can be very, very, very intelligent. First example, black mambas. So black mambas are scary. They're these fast snakes from the lapid species. So lapids are very fast snakes that bite, and they are very dangerous because they move fast and they bite, and they're very venomous. That's the simple way of putting it. This is actually probably not going to be the best way to change your mind about reptiles, but when they feel threatened, they actually use critical thinking skills. They can choose whether it's better for them to escape or for them to strike. Even on top of that, striking is never the first option. Escaping is always the first option. Then once they can't escape, they will attack. Once they make that decision, depending on the circumstances, they will find the best way to do so. So they won't strike blatantly, they won't escape just trying to go wherever. They just kind of figure out what the best way to escape or strike is, which is crazy. I say which is crazy a lot. Which is crazy that they use critical thinking skills to make these decisions. Sea turtles. Now, we all love sea turtles. They're actually not hated at all, but they're part of the reptilian family, and we're going to include them on here. So sea turtles will travel to the same place in which they were born to lay their own eggs. Hold on, give me 1 second. My girlfriend's texting me. Hold on. I'm recording right now. Yeah, so sea turtles. So sea turtles travel to the same place in which they were born. So let's say a specific sea turtle is born on one beach, This is going to be some wild stuff. They memorize magnetic fields. Different places in the world have magnetic poles, and they can feel that magnetic pole and then determine where they are on the face of the earth. They use this as an internal GPS, and this starts from when they're hatchlings. And yeah, they go back to the same place and when they were born. It's such a nostalgic thing that they do. Tortoises. Tortoises are well known also for their memory and also their wiseness. Shout out Master Uguay. Yeah, there's a difference between turtles and tortoises, guys, by the way. I know a lot of you knows this, but a lot of people don't. And then there's a lot of videos on like TikTok and stuff like that where like people throw tortoises into ponds, and it's so sad because that's not where they go. Yeah, so tortoises, they can feel emotion similar to how we feel emotion. So they feel sad, they feel depressed, they feel happy. These animals have complex feelings. You really can't tell because of their expressions, because they have one face and they can't really show facial expression. And I think that's usually where the stigma of reptiles being these heartless, cold-blooded, even though they are cold-blooded, but they have hearts. Yeah, so they get happy and they get sad. And usually this is due to environmental enrichment. So if they have a lot of things to do, they'll be happy. If they don't, then they'll be sad. It's simple as that. And overall, their well-being. If they're happy and healthy, they're happy and healthy. If they're sad and unhealthy, they're sad and unhealthy. But they feel, and they feel a lot. Lastly, they can make amazing pets. I myself has 5. No, I don't have 5. I have 2. They are real sweethearts, depending on what you get. There's always one for you. But, please, if you do get a reptile, please do your research. Give them the proper care they need. Give them the correct temperature, the correct humidity, everything you can possibly do to make their lives better. These are some pet reptiles that I recommend, and they're so amazing. Please, I don't recommend them that you should get them as beginners or whatever. I just think that they're great. Schneider skinks. They have the most personality in the entire world. I don't have any of them. I have a leopard gecko and a crested gecko. My leopard gecko is the sweetest of the hearts. I love her so much. She's missing an arm. Her name's Nubs. I showed her in a couple other videos. And then I have a gecko named Pumpkin. Yeah, he's crazy. Anyways, Schneider skinks. Schneider skinks are known to jump out at their owners to greet them, which is so cute. So if you open their tank, they will jump on you and they will come say hi. And it's just a lot of personality from a little skink lizard thing that people really overlook. House snakes. God, if there's any snake I would recommend, it's house snakes. Oh my God. I had a house snake. Her name was Beans. I loved her to death. She was the most amazing thing in the entire world. She would come say hi. She would eat like a champ. She was so lovely, and I love her so much. I still love her. And lastly, tegus, black and white tegus, Argentine black and white tegus, and specific monitor species. Not every monitor species. So like Kimberly rock monitors, savanna monitors. Those will be amazing monitor species to keep as pets. They are very dog-like, and they also bond to their owner, which is so cute. And they will come say hi, and they will come and snuggle and cuddle with you forever and ever and ever. And yeah, they can also be trained in some cases. Yeah, and reptiles are amazing, man. I don't understand the stigma around them. Yeah, so yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Shout out reptiles. Please love your reptiles, love your animals around you. They're all we have. We're all in this together. Shout out Hoppers. I just went to see that movie. It was amazing. I recommend it. Go watch it. Yeah, and yeah, like, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do, all the things that I want you to do. Please do it, please. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you, and peace out. See you in the next one.